I miss you guys so much. But yeah, I'm back. How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. Staying cool in this hot weather. Oh shit. I'll just fix it later. Anyway. I do think I have kept you guys waiting long enough. So let's get into it. Grab your storykeeper's cup, grab a blanket, grab a stuff if you have one, grab a pet, and snuggle up because it's story time. Sorry, the cat's making noise. What's going on with you? Marie asked the next morning. Also, hopefully y'all can hear me. Oh no, you're fine. We were sitting on the floor in front of my locker, finishing up some homework before the first bell. Huh? I tore my attention from the trig assignment and glanced over at her. You've been acting weird lately, she said, distant, like you've got other stuff going on. Percy, what are you doing? I think he's chewing on my head. Oh no, Marie, I said. I wouldn't dream of having a life outside our time together. She picked up on my sarcasm and shot me an annoyed glance. Then she glanced at my worksheet and copied the answer I'd just written on her own paper. Wait a second, I said, moving my notebook out of her view. How long have you been cheating off me? She ignored the question. Cass said you ate lunch with Wyatt yesterday. Yeah? Well, I did. Neither of us spoke for a minute. Do you have a problem with that? I asked. A problem? No. I expected more from you, that's all. I mean, I warned you about him. Marie, I said, careful to keep my voice even. I think a lot of what you said about Wyatt was lies. Lies? Sorry, my brain just tried to put a different word there. She laughed harmoniously. Okay, sure. Not exactly a denial, was it? I sighed and faced her squarely. I guess if we're going to do this now, was a good time as any. I saw the photos. I looked up the blog. You guys were clearly an actual couple. She didn't get angry. She gave me a blank smile. When did I ever say we weren't? I gaped at her for a second. At your house, after the premiere. She shook her head. I don't think so. You must have misheard me. You can be a little obtuse sometimes. No offense. No, I said. I didn't misunderstand. You said he thought you were going out, and it was really awkward for you, but you guys did go out. Of course we did, she said, exasperated. We were like the it couple. Why do you think we had a blog? Okay, deep breath. This was veering from uncomfortable to downright bizarre. And the balloons? I said, even though I knew I should stop. Sorry. You said he came to your house with balloons, but you were the one who gave them to him. There was a moment when our eyes met, and there was a laser connection between us, an unmistakable hyperloop of the serious actual truth, and we both felt it. Sorry, the cat again. Anyway. But Marie recovered and sat back, shaking her head. I took a chance on you, Willa. When no one else in the entire school would talk to you, I invited you to sit with me. I introduced you to my friends. I even took you to an important Hollywood event where you proceeded to lie to journalists about, okay, no. Hi, welcome in, I said. Stop, don't even finish that sentence, please. We both know who invented Bernadette and sent that press release. I thought we were friends, she said, fixing a wide-eyed stare at me. What are you accusing me of? I realized all at once that she actually didn't get it. And then I realized... I'm so sorry. Where was I? And then I realized that there was no point in continuing our conversation. Look, she went on. I realize now that you have a thing for Wyatt. Maybe you're, I don't know, threatened by me or something. But believe me, you're welcome to him. He's all yours. I'm sorry you got so many wrong ideas. I was only trying to look out for you. Staring at her, I felt almost nothing. No anger, no desire to make her admit her lying ways. Only a tiny hint of regret for the loss of the person I thought she had been. Wyatt was right. Mary was psychological. But she couldn't be held accountable. She was a force of nature, a runaway train. I knew I had a choice now. I could either accept it and her, or I could spend a ton of energy agonizing over the situation. I'm so sorry. Spending tons of energy agonizing over things that were pretty much my special... over things was pretty much my specialty by now. I shrugged. All right, I said, apology accepted. Her eyes sparkled, and she shot me a brilliant, empty smile. I knew I liked you. Hey, do you have... What? What do you have for number 22? Ow, my arm. Anyway, I tilted my worksheet so she could see the answer. When the bell rang, she got to her feet. So, I guess you'll probably want to find somewhere else to stay this weekend? Oh, right, I forgot about that. Of course, I said, my stomach sinking at the thought of ruining my mother's honeymoon. Sorry. Cool, she nodded. I have big plans anyway. I mean, a thing I'm doing later this week. And then I might have really big news. I just might be too busy to, babysit you. Okay, ouch. I forced myself to ignore the barb. I knew she was being deliberately mysterious, trying to bait me into grilling her. What kind of big news? I asked. Can't tell you, top secret. What? Oh. My brain is slowly shutting off right now. Sorry. She phantomed, zipping her lip. Anyway, you and Wyatt do whatever. It's not like that, I said. Sure, she said in her driest voice. You talk about him all the time, and you hang out with him and look up pictures of him online because you hate him so much, right? Her musical laugh filled the hallway. The world's full of skeptics, I know. I'm one myself. She gave me an odd smile. Just watch out for Wyatt. He's no gentleman. Then she walked off, leaving me speechless. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna check on the cat that's in here. What you doing, cat? Are you causing problems? Are you being mischievous? Oh. Yeah, the mischievous man. You're gonna lay there? Okay. Are you gonna be over there, or are you gonna come here? Okay, yes, he's gonna be there. Do you want to come here? Come here. Okay. Anyway. Back to the story. Sir, you've brought cat food onto my bed. No, leave it, baby. Good boy. Good boy. Anyway, time skip, by the way. You look different, Wyatt said. Free? I asked, setting my tray on the lunch table. No, he studied me, annoyed. Fuck. Sorry. Hey, stop. Yeah, that you can do. It's been an interesting morning. I started to sit down. Wait, don't get settled here, Wyatt said, running a hand through his hair. I have to tell you something. I was thinking we could go out to the courtyard. But it's raining, I said. Even better, he said. More tables to choose from. Why can't we ever sit and talk like normal people? He gazed at me eventually. Wrong word. Evenly. Because if someone hears what I'm about to say, I could go to jail. Hey, no biting. Beep. Yeah. It's 79 in here, and that's with the AC on. It's a hot summer. We ended up in a corner of the courtyard, sheltering by a slight overhang. The rain cooled the air, the clouds blocked the sun. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Where was I? And we sat side by side, shivering. I crossed my arms and buried my hands in my dark green, Longthorn-issued cardigan, resisting the urge to huddle close to Wyatt for warmth. Can you hurry? I asked, before we freeze to death. Give me 1 second. I need some water. Goddamn. Okay. Okay, hopefully now I'll be fine for the rest of the chapter. I love how sweet you guys are. Prissy. Hey, what did I say about that? You know better. You know that's not good for you. Good boy. No one had seen... Okay. No one had seen Paige Pollen for 4 days before she was found, Wyatt said, glancing down at his notebook for confirmation. Her school assumed she was homesick. Fuck. And her mother was in Vegas. She worked weekends as a blackjack dealer and sometimes just stayed the whole week there. She had no idea her daughter was missing. But when they found the body, the coroner estimated she'd been dead for less than 24 hours, not 4 days. This is a longer chapter. Anyway. I breathed on my hands and then tucked them inside my sleeves. So she skipped school, hung out at home for a few days, and then offed herself? He shook his head. She had a goldfish. It was dead when the police found her. People who are planning to off themselves, I mean, people who don't do it in a moment of passion, do it because they think the world will be better without them. They don't let their pets die just because they feel depressed. I didn't know exactly what Wyatt was hinting at, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going to like it. Maybe the goldfish died accidentally. Goldfish are pretty delicate, right? I'm so sorry. Again, my brain is slowly shutting off. I'm not going anywhere, Pris. I will continue to read you the story. Hi, welcome in. Where was I? All that, he said, I could rationalize away. If it were only that. But then I found this. He handed me his notebook where he'd written out a paragraph. I'm sorry I've been very lonely and struggled with a lot of things. No one understands the feeling I've had. No one is on my side. It's like I'm completely alone. I realize this is the cowardly way out, but I can't stop myself from being a coward. My whole life is like a bad dream. The kind of dream you don't wake up from. Page. I read the words over and over until they swam in front of my eyes. It's her offing note, Wyatt said, a mite uncertainly. The kind of dream you don't wake up from. Suddenly, I didn't even feel the cold. Paige saw the script, I said. Somehow she knew that line. It makes sense in a way, Wyatt said. We know she was a fan of Diana Del Mar. But that line, I said, what are the odds? The odds of any of this happening are astronomically slim, he said. I don't think we should worry about odds anymore. Oh, I'm so happy to be back with you, to be reading to you guys again, to be showing you more stories and adventures again. I missed it so much. I forgot that was there. I'm getting sidetracked. I am so sorry. Where was I? I turned to him. You said you found that. How is that possible? I want the truth about where you get your information. Right. That's why I brought you out here. He cleared his throat nervously. My dad's a crime scene consultant for the LAPD. Sometimes I take his security pass and access evidence storage, and occasionally I look at investigation information online. You what? Is that even legal? Wyatt sat back uncomfortably. Not by the remotest stretch of the imagination. Does your dad know about this? Wyatt shook his head, his lips pursed. How do you get in? I asked. He took a second to answer. I know the guy who controls the access. You know the guy who controls the access, I said. Wait, do you mean you bribe the guy who controls the access? Wyatt sighed deeply. He knows I'm not going to abuse the information I find. Listen, it's not immoral. I'm not even sure it's unethical. It's just illegal. Don't judge me. I don't want to hear it. I shook my head, shocked. Perfect. Precise. By the book. Wyatt breaking into the police archives and accessing information illegally. Okay, it was pretty scandalous, but it was also kind of audacious and cool. Imagine that. That's why you have to write everything down in your book, I said. He nodded. When I go there, I leave my phone at the desk, and I can't photocopy anything because it would show up on my dad's records. So I copy it all out by hand. Oh.
You just making biscuits? Yeah.
Oh, you're an affectionate kitty, huh? Don't knock that over, baby kitty. Sorry, he looks so cute. Anyway, where was I? Wow, I said, trying to picture it, and your dad has no idea. None. Now Wyatt looked extremely unhappy. If he found out, I don't even know what he'd do. Can we go back to talking about Paige, please? Sure, I said. She obviously knew about the movie, right? Is it so hard to believe that she would use the line in her offing note? If she liked Diana Del Mar enough? She must have liked her a whole lot, Wyatt said. Diana Del Mar was found dead after taking sleeping pills and falling asleep in a full bathtub. Paige Paulin died the exact same way. Like, in tribute? I shivered, not because of the cold. Wyatt frowned and didn't answer. It's not right, I said. I know there's something we're not connecting. I want to check something real quick. Yikes. I am going to stop this chapter here. My brain is shutting off. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm tired. But I will be back with the rest of chapter 27 tomorrow. Please do tell me your thoughts and theories in the comments. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, my beautiful raindrops. Stay spooky, stay weird, stay dreaming, and don't let the maid catch